Hello and welcome to Honestly, I don't think I've talked a lot about my aunt, which probably isn't fair to her, on my channel. There's probably, you've heard things like my mom yelling, "Hey Hooper," or talking to Hooper, because that was one of my aunt's nicknames. It's also was a character, I don't know if it still is, but was a character on Sesame Street from Hooper's store, Mr. Hooper. That's kind of where that came from. And I just felt like it's been 10 years since I lost my aunt. And it's gonna be 1 year without my grandfather. And it's only right and fair that I talk about this stuff and this part of my life more, since it did have such a huge impact on me, and just kind of quickly sharing photos and my thoughts. And there's a lot of fun stories that I can tell, and maybe I'll start doing that more. But in the meantime, I hope you enjoyed what you just saw. Feel free to leave me any comments, or if you have any questions, feel free to leave those down below. And don't forget to like this video, subscribe, all that good stuff, and I'll see you soon. Hi, I'm Mallory. If you're new here, I'd love to welcome you to my world, so don't forget to subscribe, hit the button down below, or you'll see my face at the end of the video. Also, don't forget to hit the notification bell. Sorry if I seemed frazzled. I'm trying to find something. I'm trying to be slightly more prepared than I am in this current moment. So, because there's some stuff I want to talk about and share with you. So if you don't mind, we'll jump into it. Alright, get ready. This is going to be kind of lengthy, but I'll do the best that I can. And also note that I'm going to be looking down a lot because I am going to be reading. Hope you don't mind that. If this is not your thing, feel free to click out and watch something else. But I've just been having, as you know, a lot of feelings and emotions this week, and I want to just get them out there. So when I was a senior in high school, in my school, for English class, it was kind of like a requirement, like you couldn't like get out of it if you wanted to, and that was to kind of write a practice essay of what you would put out there for your college applications, because it's usually the time, if you haven't done so already, like in your junior year, you start applying for colleges, and usually I guess college applications, they want an essay from you to know more about you. And one of the, I forget, there might have been like topic choices, but what I had chosen to write about my freshman year, so it's what, September 2006, almost to 2016, that's last year, 2006, and I'm going to read to you what I wrote, and then what kind of happened afterwards. So I said, what does family mean to you? To me, family means adventure and excitement. I am an 18-year-old young lady who aspires to help those in need, like my Aunt Elaine. She is 42 years old and has Down syndrome and Asperger's syndrome. Growing up in my family, I have learned to be kind, patient, and more understanding to those in need. I am a person who puts others before herself and cares about their feelings. I'm also a person who likes quiet time to read, write, and reflect on my thoughts. I have an optimistic attitude on life and an understanding of who I am. I know the direction I want to take in life, and because of my strong determination, I try not to let obstacles get in my way. Growing up with an aunt like mine, there's always something to laugh about. She finds a way in every situation to be naughty. We all try to control her, but in reality, Elaine controls us. My aunt likes to run away a lot One time, Elaine took off to the center of town wearing a policeman's hat. She walked into a busy intersection and started directing traffic. The funny thing was, the people who were driving were obeying her. Meanwhile, back home, we were searching the house for her. Another one of Elaine's, quote, fun things to do was to go to the local coffee shop and order herself a cheeseburger deluxe. Keep in mind, she had no money on her. Elaine had an imaginary friend. His name is Uncle, and he is like her evil twin. He's her buddy, but yet he's the one that causes trouble. My aunt blames everything she does wrong on him. Elaine loves sweets, like cake. One time, my mom walked into the kitchen to find the rest of the cake gone, and Elaine's mouth was covered in chocolate. It was easy to tell who the culprit was. So we asked, Elaine, what happened? And she said, Uncle's a pig. Whenever you're feeling down, she's bound to make you laugh. I bet I make it sound easy and fun to live with someone who has Down syndrome and Asperger's. Although it can be fun at times, it's very hard. Having someone like Elaine, oh sorry, I can't even see my face. Having someone like Elaine in your family, you have to make sacrifices and know that her needs always come first. She is not like any other persons with Downs you'll meet. She has OCD, obsessive compulsive disorder, and you have to stick to the plan. Change is very hard for Elaine, and rarely can you get her to try something new. She wants what she wants and won't give in. Oh my goodness. She wants what she wants and won't give up the fight until she wins. Her challenging behavior makes doing things real difficult. I'm not like the rest of my family. I don't give in. I want to help teach Elaine right from wrong. From growing up with Elaine, I understand the challenges of raising a handicapped child. I've learned so much about psychology, motivation, and the human behavior by watching my grandparents interact with Elaine. Living with Elaine 24/7 is exhausting. Even though she is 42 years old, she challenges everyone and everything every day. I have learned the importance of being consistent and having appropriate expectations regarding her behavior. I have had success using positive reinforcement despite her object to conform. She functions better in a structured environment despite the hard time she gives everyone. In the end, she respects you. I have been through so much in my life, not just with Elaine, but with my own challenges. I too have not had an easy life. I'm not your typical teenage girl. I have suffered from anxiety and resistance to change my whole life. I'm shy. I have not a lot of friends. My high school experience have not been all about going to dances or football games and parties. I have overcome my feelings of being trapped all day in a noisy, crowded school. I have accepted that I am different. I have moved on from just accepting to really embracing who I am. When you're alone, you really get to know yourself. I value true friendship. I see people on a deeper level and accept them for who they are. I believe that everything happens for a reason, whether it's bad or good. Although I can't see the future, I always know something better is in store. And September 2006, that's what I wrote. Little at that time did I know. Fast forward a year, February 2007, I'd be writing her obituary. That honestly was the hardest thing I have ever had to write in my life. And I wrote it and I rewrote it, and I'm printing off poems about death from Emily Dickens to John, whatever his name is, that poem, Death Be Not Proud. And I'm reading Bible scriptures, and this whole time I read a book called Praying Your Goodbyes, and it was not easy, not in the slightest. And I had no idea. It was a real shock. I'm sure what I'd written is around somewhere, and if it was, I'd share it with you all, but honestly, I don't know where it is. But I do have her obituary, which I kind of glanced at in another video, but I thought, why not share some of it with you? So Elaine Patrice Nist, so she did pass away at the age of 43. Now a lot of her friends are still, or acquaintances, or people in the Downs community are still alive today. And it does frustrate me at times because honestly, I'm just like, why? Why did it have to happen to her? Why couldn't she still be here with us today? You know how amazing that would be? Like, she would be a great aunt. And I don't know what she'd think of Liam and Hunter and James, but like, it's like we'd both be aunts together. But to be truthfully honest, I was her favorite. She's never really fond of my brother and my cousins, but me, she liked me. Why? Because I was quiet and didn't like get into all her things. Sorry, Mom's getting a little tired here. Yeah, it was just, it was, died on February 2nd, 2017 after a long illness. Born on October 5th, 1963. She was the daughter of Joan and Alan Nist. She resided with her parents her entire life. Miss Nist was born with Down syndrome as well as other neurological complications. According to her family, she was subject to very strong fears, which included some things that were more understandable than others. She had a strong appreciation of music. Her favorite composer was Andrew Lloyd Webber. Miss Nist was a familiar figure around town, largely because she would go for walks every day, either with a family member or one of her assistants. Her favorite place was the library, which she would visit every day except Sunday. She had several part-time jobs, one where she folded pizza boxes, the other, she shredded papers for the high school, and then she folded church bulletins for church. She attended church before weakness prevented her from doing so. She was an enthusiastic recipient of communion and enjoyed the music. Surviving are her parents, Joan and Alan Nist, sisters Alice and Chester, Leslie Zieger, and 3 nephews. Scott, and a niece, 3 nephews and a niece. Scott, me, Mallory, David, Kyle. She also leaves Esther Tang and Ruth and Ann Macasa. And Ruth is still very involved in our lives. She helped with my grandfather. She now helps my grandma out. Her and her sister Ann, they're from Uganda. So it's just funny when my grandma talks about my Uganda daughter. I'm thinking people must think you're cuckoo. But they've been a blessing. Esther was a lifesaver. Unfortunately, she's been very busy with work, so we haven't gotten to see her as often as we'd like, but they're definitely members of the family, and Esther's from Trinidad. And then just talks to where the funeral is being held, and in lieu of flowers, you can donate money to the visiting nurses. And then all that jazz. So that gives you more of an insight of my aunt. And like I said, I want to share more stories about her, and that's what I plan on doing. So, I don't mean to be kind of morbid with all this stuff, but I'm just in a place right now where it's this is heavy, weighing heavy on my mind, and it's just therapeutic to talk about, and it's a part of my life that I want to share with y'all that I haven't really shared, I don't think. So, ta-da! And since this is getting long and I do have more to say, I'll make it a separate video. So for now, questions, comments, whatever, feel free to leave those down below. And while you're down there, don't forget to check the description box, all that jazz. And like this video, subscribe. And thank you so much for being here. And as always, till next time, keep it quirky.